World number 3 Alexander Zverev was left furious during his dramatic Australian Open semi-final after accusing Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner of receiving special treatment from officials. What unfolded on Rod Laver Arena became one of the most controversial moments of the tournament, as Zverev openly vented his anger during a marathon 5-set battle that lasted more than 5 hours. The tension exploded midway through the third set, when Alcaraz, who had already won the first 2 sets, began visibly struggling in the Melbourne heat. After stretching his groin between points and slowing play, Alcaraz avoided a time violation, something that immediately frustrated Zverev. When the Spaniard later called for a medical timeout to receive treatment on his thigh, Zverev believed the rules were being bent. Cramping is not considered a valid reason for a medical timeout under Grand Slam rules, and Zverev was convinced that was exactly what was happening. He confronted tournament officials, angrily arguing that Alcaraz should not be allowed treatment and accusing the tour of protecting its biggest stars. His frustration boiled over as he repeatedly described the decision as unbelievable and bulls***, making it clear he felt the rules were not being applied equally. Despite the disruption, the match continued, and Zverev regained momentum, winning the third and fourth sets to force a decider. At one point, Alcaraz admitted he had thrown up, struggled to take fluids, and was clearly operating on empty. He even relied on pickle juice and lengthy recovery periods just to stay in the contest. Tennis analysts later described the situation as a gray area. While Zverev saw cramp, others suggested Alcaraz may have feared a genuine thigh injury. Former coach Miles McClagan noted that Zverev's elite fitness, one of his biggest strengths, was effectively neutralized once the pace was slowed by the medical stoppage. As the match stretched deep into a historic fifth set, Zverev served for the match, appearing on the brink of handing Alcaraz his first 5-set defeat in years. But the Spaniard somehow summoned one final surge, breaking back and closing out the match 7-5 in the fifth, completing an extraordinary comeback in the longest Australian Open semi-final ever played. After the match, Alcaraz spoke emotionally about believing in himself through physical exhaustion, calling it one of the toughest matches of his career. He credited the crowd for lifting him and admitted he had to put his heart into every point just to survive. By the end, Alcaraz was so drained that his brother had to carry his tennis bags off court. The victory sent him into his first Australian Open final, keeping alive his chance at completing a career Grand Slam. While Alcaraz celebrated resilience and belief, Zverev was left with lingering frustration, not just over the loss, but over what he believes was unequal treatment at the highest level of the sport. The debate over medical timeouts, star privilege, and fairness in tennis is likely far from over.